So for me, success, I think, would be being in a financially stable position and being happy with where you are.
Success to me means being happy with your choices.
Success, it depends actually.
I think if you have goals and you achieve them, then you are successful.
I think success means that you really enjoy what you're doing.
Their success is my books, my ability to write.
My definition of success is Arsenal winning the Premier League.
Life as an academic institute in itself, it teaches you a lot more than any book ever could. Don't get me wrong, I'm a reader. I love reading books, but I love reading people more. Me, I'm Elaha, a 21-year-old Afghan woman seeking answers to a simple question of what success means to me. I was always a very smart child, maybe because my mother pushed me from a really young age. She always wanted me to pursue medicine as a career, which led me towards my science degree, a degree I never loved. I was always passionate about literature and art, but I have to fight, try and excel this degree, because in this world of competition where I pay $9,000 a year for my university, my degree determines my success, or that's what people believe. I interviewed several students and young graduates across different universities and various Asian backgrounds to see whether they share a similar faith as me.
I'm doing biomedical science because I wanted to do medicine, but then there was no way to get into medicine, so I had to do biomedical, and I'm doing this course for my parents. I'm not happy with it because I'm wasting 3 years of my life with also money as well, financial wise. Mainly success also leads to achieving the right goals, and no matter how high the mountain is, there is always a path to it.
My name is Cindy. I study politics and international relations at the University of Warwick, and I'm originally from Sri Lanka. My parents were fine with me choosing to study politics because they also realised after A-levels that a degree in science would be a massive struggle for me. I think because I'm quite lucky in that we're in a country where there are a lot of career options open to you, and there are loads of different ways to be successful. You don't even need to have a university degree.
Hi, my name's Sophie. I've just graduated and I was studying international business at Westminster University, and now currently I'm just looking for a job. Before I started university, when I decided what I wanted to study, I first of all consulted it with my parents just to see what their thoughts were on what I was studying, and to be honest with you, my parents were very open-minded. They didn't really mind. They were happy with me doing what I wanted to study, and they gave me that freedom of choice to decide what I wanted to do. Successful is just being happy and content with your life and where you are at in your life.
My name's Dawud Iqbal, originally from Woking, born and bred. My parents, they're the first generation from Pakistan. In this day and age, I think the most important thing, you got to have a job. You have to have a job, and I know a lot of people from university have gone on to university and working in Tesco's. I mean, to be honest, I didn't really want to take the risk of like having £20,000-30,000 on my head and I'm going to work in Tesco's. I mean, I should have just stopped at college and gone and worked in Tesco's. I mean, as I said, success is more about having a steady job, getting married, having a home, paying the bills. I mean, I know some people want more than that. I mean, okay, you can go strive on and do more.
I also learned that just having a degree doesn't determine a good job or a lot of money. There's a lot more than just attending a 3-year course. Nadia Begum, a young Bengali woman, chose an alternative route.
My name is Nadia Begum. I am an accountant studying ACCA to become chartered. I am originally from Bangladesh. I've realised that apprenticeships are much better because if you know what you want to be, for myself as an example, I wanted to be an accountant. This is the best route for me to go through. Success really means what you find for yourself, your purpose in life, and if you achieve it, I mean, that's the main point.
Nadia's colleague who went to university has the same job as her, while she chose a completely different route.
My name is Anisha. My family is originally from India. I've grown up in London. I'm training to be an accountant. Started off obviously at GCSE level, I went to A-levels, and I found that maths was my strongest point, so I went in to do accounting and finance at uni, which then led me to become a trainee accountant, and now I'm going to do my professional qualifications to become a qualified chartered accountant. I think if you have goals and you achieve them, then you are successful.
Whilst on my journey seeking the real meanings of success, I decided to interview people who are fulfilled and successful, or as the world see them. I was lucky enough to get the opportunity to speak to Najiba Kasari, who works for BBC Pashto.
There is a very good reason why people in Asia encourage their children to do medicine or become a lawyer. I'll give you the example for Afghanistan. The top students from any high school were allowed to apply for medical university. So this was a symbol of status. Yes, you achieved, you're allowed, you're in that grade. This might be the case in other countries as well. The other main reason why still parents in Europe are encouraging their children to do medicine is because to be a doctor was a status. It was a profession which could feed the family. The person will never starve. And also, I think socially, in the last 60 years, there was a big campaign in Afghanistan by every government that came that the number of doctors are very low. For a few hundred people, you have one doctor. So this was also seen as doing a good thing. This is a good deed. You're doing something for society. I think I would say in Afghanistan or Asian countries, people, it will take a long time for an art degree to be valued in the same way as a medical degree. I think that's there's a psychological gap, there is a cultural issue. I think job should not be something which is bringing only money. So job is only something which gives you financial satisfaction. I think success means that you really enjoy what you're doing. You wake up in the morning and no one is forcing you. You say, my God, yes, I've got this and this and this and this to do. You enjoy, you look back at your day and you say, yes, I've done something today. And that is passion.
I visited London Metropolitan University to speak to Sunny Singh, a woman who has been my inspiration for quite some time.
I'm Sunny Singh. I'm a novelist and I'm a lecturer at London Metropolitan University. I teach creative writing, English lit, and also cut across to film studies sometimes. Well, I think the educational system now, as it stands, has gone through quite a lot of changes. The first one, of course, being the introduction of fees, and they're getting higher. And I think that's changed quite a lot of things for young people. It's limited the numbers of people who can go into education, of course, because you have to be ready and willing to take on that loan burden. And I think that changes things. Being an engineer, lawyer, doctor, these were the ways out, not only into being educated, but also from poverty into middle class. So when you studied things, even 50 years ago, 40 years ago, you studied things like arts or literature. These were seen in some ways, both, things that very privileged people did. It wasn't something useful. It didn't have monetary value. But it was the flip side was, of course, if you were trying to study something that was considered not useful, there was also quite a bit of hesitation, and I think that still remains. And then there's a final part of it, and that's gender. I think there is a real sense that you should, in this country, there's a lot of young people who are told that, if you are a boy and you want to study creative writing, there's something really off there. That's not the right thing to do. But I think it's the other way as well. I think a lot of young women are told that if you're an Asian girl and you want to go off into engineering, there's something a bit off. Well, for me, I guess success is my books, my ability to write, but that's linked to my ability to engage in a productive, positive way with the world, and that means the political, cultural, intellectual sides. And for me, that would be success. That's the fact that I am able to do that. Now, the other side is, of course, as a South Asian woman from a primarily rural background, the fact that I'm here talking to you guys, that's pretty impressive in itself, and that's a bit of a miracle. So that's success.
We often talk about success, but never once have we sat down as individuals and thought about what it means to us. Whilst working on this project we named Redefine Success and speaking to students, graduates, as well as experts in their fields, I was quite curious to know how students at my university, people who are the same age as me, define the term success. What does success mean to you?
To me, it means obtaining a degree, having a career in a field where you enjoy what you're doing, and living a lifestyle where you're not struggling with financially, and just living a good life, I guess, with a nice car and a nice house. That's it, really.
I don't know. To me, it could be anything. It could be like, you may envision like a big house and everything, but I think success to me would be like getting something out of what you put in. So if I put in work, I'm going to get something, regardless of if it's not as much as I want. I'm still successful in the fact that I've got something from it.
I think success means if you just can do whatever you want to, and being upon the upper 5% in what you do.
Well, I think that being successful, it's like being like realized, being fulfilled and satisfied with like the person you are, the things you do, things like that.
I think success is making a difference to people's lives in a positive way.
Seeing my parents happy.
Fulfillment in life.
I would say that success is doing something that I want to do rather than something that I had been forced to do.
I'm still seeking what success means to me, but I know it's not holding a medicine degree. Maybe it's feeding my passion, doing what I love. Maybe it's just happiness. Whatever it is, it needs to be redefined in my world.